All right, y'all. First day of trial, Julio Foolio case. Julio Foolio killers made a trillion mistakes, big mistakes. And we finna go over all that. You know, it's 8 hours. I'm gonna try to cut through the fluff for all y'all. So it's gonna be multiple parts. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all won't miss nothing. But when I tell y'all these dudes is cooked, man, these dudes are cooked. Look at the looks on their faces, man. Mr. Fortnite champion, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Gutters there in the back. You feel me? It's over with y'all, but let's get right into it.
Notes are not entitled to any greater weight than each juror's memory of the evidence. Okay, very good. State, are you ready to proceed?
Your Honor, can we confirm all monitors are on that the jurors have?
Are your monitors all on? Okay, very good.
Wait a minute, Your Honor, we have a question.
I run my phone.
You're fine. You can have your phone. It just has to be turned off.
I just turned it off. If
Okay.
you want to take it back,
Sure.
It's great by me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, state, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And defense, ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. You may proceed with your opening statement.
Okay, police court, counsels. It was his birthday. He was here in Tampa for his birthday.
Oh, you know he mean business. He come way from left field with it. It was his birthday. He was in Tampa and it was his birthday. Yeah, it's over with.
Celebrating his birthday. Celebrating with friends, well-wishers. He had traveled here to this city, to Tampa, to celebrate. And what could not have been in his mind in those early morning hours while he was out celebrating his birthday was that he was being watched. He was being followed. He was being stalked. Stalked by a group of conspirators. He could not have known that he was living the last moments of his 26 years, just barely 26 years, breathing the last breaths of his 26 years of life.
They done. I'm gonna get back to the video, but let me say this right quick. The way they got to talk about Julio Foolio, like he wasn't deep involved in this, is crazy. I understand he the victim, but he was in it though. You know what I'm saying? But this man, they is so cooked, bro.
These conspirators had planned and were now executing a very premeditated plot that had been hatched days, weeks before this day. A plot hatched between them with every one of their collective evil intentions directed into one purpose, directed into one common goal: the premeditated murder of Charles Jones. This group's collective hatred and animosity drove this conspiracy. A conspiracy amongst all of them. An evil, the evidence will show, and wicked conspiracy. And now, all of their planning, all of their advanced coordination would come to fruition. Charles Jones would only see his killers briefly, maybe for seconds, or maybe even a split second, the evidence will show, as they rapidly closed in on him, dressed from head to toe in all black, like ninjas, the evidence will show, coming out of the dark.
He wanted to say like niggas so bad. I could hear it in him, like they was dressed like some niggas. I know that's what he wanted to say.
Wearing disguises that they had brought with them disguises to hide their identities from the ever-present and ubiquitous cameras that permeate our communities. And sitting in the front seat of his Dodge Charger, their plan came perfectly together. He was now the perfect target, caught completely and entirely off guard as these gunmen appeared seemingly out of nowhere. An ambush that these four defendants that sit before you in this courtroom had organized carefully and intended, now being orchestrated perfectly and with precision that permeated their planning and their attention to detail. Unable to run, unable to dive, basically caged in the front seat of that Dodge Charger. Charles Jones was a sitting duck. The evidence will show these conspirators didn't hesitate, not for one moment and not for 1 second. With coordinated precision, they ran to their respective firing positions and then unleashed a hellish onslaught, affecting a precisely coordinated violence of action, sending a barrage, a wall of hot lead, crashing into the only barriers between them and Charles Jones, the only barriers that separated his life from his death. And those barriers were absolutely no match. No match for the high-powered 5.56 NATO and 300 Blackout high-powered rifle rounds, each of which was traveling at thousands of feet per second, each round carrying with it over 1,200 foot-pounds of lethal energy directed specifically at Charles Jones.
This sounds like a eulogy, bro. They are cooked. Cooked.
A Glock 9mm handgun was being utilized by one of these conspirators, but not the way that it was designed. Not as a semi-automatic handgun, where you get a single bullet with a single trigger pull. No. This Glock had been converted into a fully automatic hand cannon, and now it was running wide open, fully automatic, depositing over 30 rounds out of its extended magazine into the hood and into the windshield of that Dodge Charger. All of this gunfire filling the early morning darkness with booming concussions and flaming explosive muzzle flashes. And as these high-pressured, high-powered rounds filled the atmosphere around the front of that Dodge Charger, Charles Jones sat there, unable to move or do anything fast enough to evade them. Charles Jones, a name and an indictment, and now you see him.
Oh Caught by the hotel camera, caught by the Tesla camera. Oh my God.
It will be clear to all of you in the state's evidence that this conspiracy hatched not minutes, not hours, but days and weeks before this date, before this murder. A conspiracy formulated in the hearts and minds of these four defendants with one common agreed upon goal: death, murder, and violence. A conspiracy that began days before, hundreds of miles away from Tampa. A conspiracy that would span through several days, over 500 miles of travel. A conspiracy that involved reservations being made, disguises selected, gear being obtained, weapons being selected, manipulated, loaded, and made ready. Transportation was obtained, vehicles with specific purposes, and a plot that required advanced planning and logistics to include housing, communications, and transport would materialize and become reality: a criminal, murderous operation. These conspirators traveling from the northeast corner of this state all the way here to Tampa, following their target, conspiring to murder Charles Jones, the evidence will show, not in his hometown, but here in Tampa, where his guard would be down while he was celebrating his birthday. You will see in this evidence the clock-like precision of these conspirators as they work together as a team. The conspirators.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all ain't had no business doing this. Like, y'all was so sloppy. Y'all made so many mistakes. The conspirators. Look at them. You see what I'm saying? Especially Mr. Gatright, Mr. Fortnite champion. He's supposed to be at home somewhere playing Fortnite. Not out here trying to kill Julio Foolio. The Murphys, I can understand they wanted revenge for their little cousin or little brother, whoever he was. And Gutters, hey, you just hit because you decided you was going to be the lookout man. You ain't even pulling the trick. You ain't even did nothing to nobody. Crazy.
Isaiah Chance, also known as Gutta-Zay, Gutta Man, Gutta, and Mr. Rich off War.
I did not know they was calling that man Mr. Rich off War. Oh, boy, you an idiot. You know the jury finna slam you. Mr. Rich off War? Come on, man.
Sean Gathright, Davion Murphy.
The Murphys.
And Rashad Murphy, also known as Ghost or Ghost 187. There was a fifth participant that night, Alicia Andrews, who was Mr. Chance's, defendant Isaiah Chance's girlfriend, and who, along with Isaiah Chance, would provide the essential surveillance for this conspiracy. To understand the wicked purpose that drove and motivated this shared desire to end Charles Jones' life, we need to look back in time in the city of Jacksonville to the lives and associations of Mr. Jones and all of these defendants. We'll go back in years, and I'm going to walk you through a gang war that has been occurring in the city of Jacksonville, and that in this case traveled here and spilled into our streets here in Tampa. Gerard Adams, also known as Spaz, was part of a gang called 1200. He was murdered in August of 2018. Mr. Adams, as I said, was part of a gang, 1200. 1200 is affiliated with another gang, ATK. Those two gangs are affiliated. Adrian Bibby Gaynor was associated to another gang, 6 Block, which was an opposing gang. In this case, in the evidence, you may hear the term ops.
Young and Ace, I ain't gonna lie, you might as well go ahead, go overseas right now, bro. Get your do-a-la on. Bro, you got a chance right now to do what Lil Durk couldn't do. You better get up out of here. I'm talking about quick. They got Ace, they got you, bro. Ace, run, bro, run.
Or opposition or dead ops, meaning opposing gangs, the opposition. ATK and 1200 were and are the opposition to 6 Block. 6 Block also has a subset or a sub-gang, bully gang, which is confederated with 6 Block. Jaquan Pickens, also known as Jake Jit, was murdered in August of 23. August 16th of 23. The next day, August 17th of 23, Jacoby Lil Colby Beals, a 1200 gang member, shot multiple times. He would survive. And you can see in this, and you will see in the state's evidence, a back and
Man, they weren't wasting no time with that get back, was they?
forth between these gangs that oppose each other. In October of 23, October 6th specifically of 23, around 11:45, Antonio Tilley, who was an ATA or was an ATA gang member, was shot to death while he was in an Uber.
Not the Uber.
Just over 6 hours after the murder of Antonio Tilley, on October 7th, attackers with high-powered rifles would shoot up that same Dodge Charger being driven by our murder victim, Charles Jones. This was 9 months before the murder of Charles Jones. He had left his house at about 6 in the morning and was driving down the street, coming to a stop sign, when attackers with high-powered rifles opened up on his Dodge Charger. He would escape that morning with his life. He would drive to a local hospital and be treated for a gunshot wound to his lower leg. Drill rap. We talked about rap music yesterday.
I just want all y'all drill rappers to know this is going in the government files. Drill rap. Watch what y'all doing, man.
With several folks in the jury pool. Drill rap is a different type of rap. It is a specific type of rap that these groups that I've already talked to you about, 6 Block and Bully Gang, and then on the other side, 1200 ATK, engaged in. Songs that were produced and songs that were distributed on social media platforms like YouTube and Spotify. Rap music where the opposing gangs' casualties, people in those gangs that had been murdered, would be demeaned, mentioned, ridiculed, made fun of, to elevate the gang making the video, to elevate their status. They would demean not just the other gang, but what is more incendiary, they would speak specifically to members of the opposing gang who had been murdered in sarcastic lyrics, traveling in some instances to gravesides, whether it was the graveside of that person who was actually killed or some other graveside that would stand in. In addition to the drill rap, they would post photos on social media making fun of the opposing gang's casualties. I'm going to walk you through a couple of videos that you will see in the state's evidence.
It's over with. It's over. Ace, spin the bands, all y'all better get up out of here, bro. It's over with for y'all.
This video is a combination 1200 ATK video. The major performer is an individual named Kenyatta Bullard, also known as Youngin Ace or Ace. Spinabins is one of the performers who is a well-known drill rap gang member in Jacksonville, and Wappa with the Choppa is another. You can see in this photograph in the background, Youngin Ace in the yellow. Kenyatta Bullard, aka Youngin Ace. And you can see his ATK chain around his neck. In this video, you will see these performers at times during the video pointing up in the air, and you will see the names of people appearing on the screen. Those are casualties from 6 Block. Those are people who were murdered on the opposite side. And you will hear them talking about them in this drill rap. So we see here the title to the drill rap song, Spinabins, Wappa with the Choppa, Youngin Ace, and Fast Money Goon are all participants in this video. And this is them pointing, Tiki being an opposing gang member who was murdered. Judge, I need some technical assistance.
Sure.
That's okay. Thank you.
Hey, so I hope your legs move as good as you golf. Yo, fried. Boy, yo, fried as hell. I remember when this video first came out, I didn't even know who they was talking about. I didn't even know that this was even real people they was dissing or anything. I just thought it was a crazy video. Boy, they finna throw y'all up under the jail.
Smoke,
Y'all just smoked y'allself. Y'all smoked y'allself. Kids, don't be like them. Please don't be like them. It's over with. Oh.
So you heard the name Bibby, Adrian Gaynor, one of the people that we discussed earlier in the gang war. That was just one of several that they were pointing out. Who I smoke, meaning who is killed or shot. So we saw Spinabins and Wappa with the Choppa. Spinabins Noah Williams
Bro,
came out with.
I ain't trying to laugh, but bro, if your name Whopper with the Chopper, boy, you end up in one of these cases, you know they gonna fry you. I'm sorry.
This song concerning this murder, this song being released within a couple of days of the murder of Charles Jones. It's called Foolio Dead. Now, that last video, the Who I Smoke video by Young and Ace, these videos are not just put onto YouTube. Young and Ace is a celebrity. He has tens of millions of followers on Spotify and YouTube. These songs attract a lot of attention. This song, as I said, was put out within a day or two of the death of Charles Jones here in Tampa. You're going to see references and hear references in this to not only Charles Jones' name, but to the name Six, Mr. Six, or Six meaning 6 block. Catherine, can you come assist me again?
Mr. Garrett, I don't know what you scribbling. I don't know what you scribbling right there. But you know, you ain't doing no more Fortnite tournaments. It's over with for you. You should have been in the crib on that game instead of hopping in this game. You is cooked.
Over now. It's over for him. It's over. And now we have to deal with it. We have to clean it up.
Charles Jones as rapper.
It's not a joke. I know they said.
Come on, bro. You gonna put his car shot up in the oh my God.
Just take the volume down just one notch.
1942.
Imagine you sitting in the courtroom looking at all the rappers that's getting attention off the work y'all done put in. Off the work y'all done put in. They ain't even did nothing. They ain't do nothing. This dude got a gun going to the Julio bottle. Lord, y'all cooked. And all these rap niggas ain't gave neither one of these niggas a dime. They gave these niggas nobody. They getting all the attention and recognition off these niggas. These niggas ain't put in no work, ain't did nothing, and they ain't get them no money, no nothing. Lord Jesus.
Julio, whose legal name is Charles Jones, was celebrating his 26th birthday when this all happened.
Couldn't be any clearer about who they're talking about. You even saw footage from the area where the murder occurred. Foolio dead for real, his ass a ghost.
It's over with, man.
This is a good example of drill rap.
No, it's over.
This was another song, this one by Young and Ace, the same guy from the Who I Smoke video. This song came out, I think, 4 or 5 days after the murder of Mr. Jones.
Oh,
this
no.
This is called Game Over.
No. No. Hey, you better run. And the dudes that put in work, life about to be gone, and they the one and did all this rapping, and they ain't did nothing to nobody, and now the ones that put in work get to sit back and watch their videos. Oh my God.
So you hear him mentioning Mr. Six, that is Charles Jones. The Don Julio you keep seeing, the tequila, again, that is a diss against Charles Jones, whose rap.
You see that Don Julio y'all keep looking at? That's because they dissing the man we talking about that got murdered. Oh my God, it's over with.
Rap name was Julio Foolio. 5 in the morning. You will find in the evidence in this case that this crime occurred around 4:40 a.m. He says 4 in the car, 1 dead, 3 hit. Mr. Jones was murdered, and 3 other individuals you will find in the evidence. You heard the attempted murder counts against 3 of these defendants. 3 others were hit with gunfire but survived. As I said, Kenyatta Bullard is a certified celebrity. And you also saw that. That is just a still from that video. And that's talking about both Charles Jones and his gang, 6 Block. Charles Jones, also known as Julio Foolio, also known as Foolio, Mr. Six, or just Six. Like Kenyatta Bullard, the person in the last two videos that was the lead rapper, who is the public face of ATK, Mr. Jones, the evidence will show, was the public face of 6 Block. He was the main person in that gang, the main spokesperson, and he was also a celebrity with tens of millions of followers on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. This is a drill rap song that Mr. Jones did a couple of years before his murder. He will talk about several people that are opposing gang casualties. You will see a poster that he is holding and walking around that has 3 photographs on it, 3 young men that were all murdered in a shooting that involved Kenyatta Bullard, Young and Ace, who was the only survivor of that shooting.
Oh, man. Fantasia, don't demonetize me. They playing it in court, baby. I'm just reacting to what they playing in court, baby. She'll be playing about her money. I wonder how she feel about getting checks off this song. This is insane, bro. Oh my God. I would have shot Julio Foolio too. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. I've been wanting to say that for the whole video too. I'm just sitting up here thinking in my head like it wasn't like he was innocent, man. I'd have had to get up with him too, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's bad that he got killed, but at the same time, he was talking crazy too. This is crazy, bro. They about to lock all. They finna lock the whole 6 up, the whole ATK and 1200.
So a couple of things about that video. He says, happy birthday 23. 23 was one of the young men, that was his street name, that was murdered in that shooting. They had gone out to celebrate his birthday, and you heard him say very sarcastically happy birthday several times in that video. He also says he fell in love with dead ops. Got dead ops on my mind. Dead opposition. Casualties of the opposite side. He also says something very similar to the video that Kenyatta Bullard, Young and Ace put out after Julio Foolio, Charles Jones murder. In this case, 4 shot, 3 dead. Very similar lyrics. This is a back and forth diss. This is back and forth. And it is this animosity and hatred between these gangs that drove the conspiracy in this case, that caused these 4 defendants to confederate and to conspire, in this case, to engage in this coordinated, planned, murderous attack.
All right, y'all. Look, we 40 minutes in. Like I said, it's part 1. If y'all want to see part 2, make sure y'all subscribe and all that. It's coming right after this. So make sure you got your subscribe button, you hit the bell, you did all that good stuff, hit the hype button, hype the video up. Make sure you check out the playlist in case you missed one of the videos. All of them will be in the playlist. All right? Now, it's your boy Buddha, and I'm not out. I'll be right back. You feel me? We coming right back.